Hello, this is FPL Leo, and we are back with the preview of the Double Game Week 24. Now it's the season of the blanks and doubles, so it's a great opportunity for us FPL managers to seize this opportunity and rise up the leaderboard. So Game Week 24 is at the horizon, like kick starts on Saturday with Brighton visiting the City Ground for a lunchtime kickoff. The FPL deadline, as you can see, is at 11 a.m. GMT. Make sure to get those transfers sorted before that. What makes this game week even more special is the introduction of the new chip, the assistant manager. The chip will come into play starting from this game week. I'll provide a brief uh, intro or sort of relevance of the chip with regards to double game week 24 at a later part. Uh, Before that, let's look at the fixtures a bit. So, so Newcastle kick off at Brighton. Sorry, Nottingham Forest kick off at Brighton. Bournemouth put a dent to Forest's 8-game unbeaten streak as they put 5 past them last game week. Forest's so-called rigid defense was clueless and they were toothless in attack. On the other hand, like Brighton suffered their fifth defeat of the season at home to Everton. The main talking point of this fixture in terms of FPL relevance is, I feel, which has been the talk of the community since quite a few days, is whether we should sell our Forest assets. Mainly Wood and Nottingham defender like Aina or goalkeeper sales. Those are the most popular assets currently. Wood has been a sensation this season with 14 goals and 2 assists. However, the fixtures for Forest are pretty bad down the line. Um, yeah, they play Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle, Arsenal, and City. Yeah, the fixtures don't look good at all. And Wood is someone who is quite clinical, but he gets quite few chances in a game. So he's a concern now, but he has been giving constant FPL returns, so we can't complain. But the defense, however, I think as far as the fixtures go, those are a sell, I feel. Some replacements for sales could be like Pickford, who has a double game week, and his fixtures are a bit better than sales in the short run. So he's an option, definitely. If we look at the goalkeepers, yeah, Pickford's fixtures are not so good, but Everton have been decent recently with David. David Moyes has been quite good in the 2 recent games. Yeah, their fixtures turn post game week 30. Yeah, probably the time we wildcard use our second wildcard. So yeah, he's a good replacement for sales. Another replacement could be Alisson. Like Liverpool have have been defensively solid. Like you can see, the XGC considered quite pretty good, I would say. So they are a nice defense, and their fixtures are quite good, I think. Yeah. So he's an option if you are not a triple up on Liverpool already. Then you could maybe look at Alisson for the third spot, assuming you have got Salah and Trent in place. Another replacement option I like is Kepa. Like Bournemouth have just been brilliant. Like you could see they're on an amazing streak without any defeats at all. And in that time, they have kept around one, two, three, yeah, 4 clean sheets in almost 10 games. That's quite nice. And their fixtures, as you can see, they're fantastic going forward. So he's a great option as well. And as far as replacements for Wood go, um, I would maybe look at someone like Visa. Like Brentford's fixtures are really, really good. Starting off this game with a home game versus Spurs, except expect goals like Brentford are too good at home. So he's a nice replacement. And the fixtures down the line West Ham away, Leicester away, and Everton home. Quite pretty good. You would expect Brentford to score a good amount of goal in the period. He's an excellent option and probably my preferred option. I'm personally looking at him this game week. I may do it. Um, Another option is if you don't have Gakpo for the double, then he's also an excellent option. Although I don't like the fixtures for Liverpool that much in the double from an attacking standpoint, yet his fixtures in Game Week 25 is quite good. And up till you could keep him up till Game Week 28, I guess. He's on a good hold. In Game Week 29, they are likely to blank if Liverpool beats Spurs in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg, where they are currently trailing 1-0. But the second leg is at Anfield, so you would expect Liverpool to win that one and reach the finals. So he's an option I like. Another option I like is Mateta. Although the fixtures, I feel, I mean, he has already given the points, and his good fixtures are past him somewhat, but the fixtures are still nice, decent, I would say, and he could return. So he's an option as well. The only caveat with him is that in 29, Game 29, he's likely to blank, provided Newcastle reach the Carabao Cup finals. And as they are currently leading 2-0 to Arsenal in the first leg. So, and the second leg, I think, is at St. James Park. So they're likely to progress to final. So he might be a sale in 29, but not so, he is not an immediate sale or buy territory, I would say. Like I prefer Vishan Gakpo, but he's a good hold. If you have Mateta, just keep him. And from the fixture point of view, like if you have still got Joao Pedro, I think it's a sell. Like has been too inconsistent. Penalties here and there in game weeks is not the FPL return we are seeking. So he's a sale in my opinion. As far as the predictions for this game go, I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. Like both the defenses are quite tight, so I don't think they'll generate much chances. Goal scoring opportunities would be few, I feel. So I'm going for a 1-1. Next game we have up is the game of the weekend, apart from Arsenal and City, I would say. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Like it's Anthony Iraola's world, and we are living in it literally. I mean, what a run he's having! If you look at this run, this is amazing. They have thrashed Wolves, they have thrashed United, they have thrashed Newcastle and Forest. Just amazing. Like uh, I I'm speechless. I think this will be a better game than Arsenal versus City. Hope so. Let's see what happens. Um, Bournemouth. What I like about Bournemouth is their like goal scoring form versus open teams, like teams that don't sit back. And Bournemouth are really good against them. And Liverpool is one such team like they wouldn't sit back and defend it. So Bournemouth could really hurt them, like they did to Newcastle. Newcastle were or on an amazing run, but they like Bournemouth just thumped them 4-1. Eddie Howe was clueless, and it was simply magical performance from Bournemouth. Um, and mainly it has been down to one and only Kluivert, Justin Kluivert. He simply has been phenomenal. If you see, he has got FPL 43 points in his last three games. That is amazing. Yeah. And I would also like to shout out Dango Utara, who had an hat trick last time out at Forest. His game intelligence has impressed me a lot. Like he is not afraid to make those runs in behind, play, then come drift inwards, it out when needed. Like he's everywhere in the field. Like if when he watch the game, you can feel him. He's a tireless runner, and he wants to make things happen. Yeah, he has been phenomenal. And evaluation, there's no particular time scale on evaluation's return, so I feel Outara is a good FPL asset if you want to buy. Not from this game week maybe, but from next their fixtures do turn. Yeah. And talking about the fixtures, the Egyptian king, who's probably going to be around or even more than 200% effective ownership this game week, I feel, as many of us will be playing the triple captainship. So his recent FPL returns have dampened a bit, but Liverpool have been decent. And about from an FPL standpoint, if you're double up on Liverpool, let's say everyone owns, every active manager owns Trent and Salah. Like, who should you go for? Whether you should go for slot, whether you should go for a defender, whether you should go for an attacker like Gakpo. So I feel that's a 50-50 decision because Gakpo did like give a 16 pointer versus Ipswich, but the fixtures coming up versus Everton and Bournemouth, those are not. I don't see Liverpool scoring like three, two, three, 4 goals. It's not those sort of games. But of course they could. But Bournemouth and Everton have been terrific in defense. So that is a cause of concern for Liverpool attackers. But yeah, it's a 50-50 call basically. Mm, and another is triple captaincy. Well, if you have got your triple captaincy left, then it's a good debate like whether you should use it this game week or keep it for another good, better opportunity. So what's going to happen this season is that as per Brent Trillin, the doubles are predicted to fall in game week 33 and 36, other than this game week 24, of course. So in 30, one of these means assistant manager chip will always take one of your doubles. So either 33, 36, or 24 is going to take your man chip. So the opportunity and one more double gaming may take up your bench boost. So the opportunity is quite limited to use the triple captaincy, I would say. This is not the ideal game week to use it on Salah. Like the defenses are too strong, but it's about all about opportunity. Like if you are not using this game week, then you may need to use either the triple captaincy, bench boost, or the assistant manager chip in a single game week, which is not ideal, right? So so this is means triple captaincy is a good chip to play, mainly because of the opportunity cost only. So yeah, and I think Bournemouth will make it really difficult for Liverpool. Like if they sit back and try to hit Liverpool on counters, then it will be a two-way blow to Liverpool. Like Liverpool have in the recent past, we have seen them struggling versus low blocks. So it won't be easy if Bournemouth sit deep and Bournemouth's counter attacking transition is way too good. So it's going to be a really difficult game for Liverpool. I'm predicting a 2-1 win to Liverpool, mainly down to the superior caliber of the squad they have got. And Bournemouth, I think, have got way too many injuries at the moment. So their bench is quite thin. So I think Liverpool just edge it 2-1. Next up, we have Everton versus Leicester. Like Leicester beat Spurs last game week to end their like they were on a I think 7 game week losing streak. So they were on 7 game week losing streak. So they ended that by defeating Spurs 2-1. They have been okay. Like going forward, they have looked decent in attacks. Like they create few odd chances every game, like pure goal scoring chances, but they flop it sometimes. Sometimes they don't. Like the decision making is somewhat poor, but they do. They have been creating good number of chances. The fixture being at Goodison like should benefit Everton. Like they are on in new manager mounts. David Moyes has been excellent, so it will be really difficult for Leicester. From an FPL standpoint, for the double gaming, if you have got like let's say 2 or 3 free transfers, I would definitely go for an Everton asset. Like you always take the chances in a double game week. Currently, Pickford is the one fast asset that you should go to in case your goalkeeper you don't have a good goalkeeper or your goalkeeper's fixtures are getting bad, so you could look at Pickford. Another option is Iliman Njai, like he has scored from back-to-back games and is on penalties in the absence of DCL who was injured last game week. So he could be a decent option. Although the fixtures after the double for Everton aren't that promising, but at 5.5 you could just keep him in bench in most of the weeks and maybe play him in game week uh, 27 or 28, some 29. They also do not bank in 29. That's a advantage for bringing Everton assets. I think Everton we need we need somewhat like 2-1 or 3-1. I think they concede, but they will definitely win this one. I feel. Next is Ipswich versus Southampton. This is a must-win game for Southampton. I think they are on 6 or 7 points. So, and the 19th place team is at somewhat 16 or 17. So that's literally a 10 points gap. So definitely Southampton need to go for this, and they should like literally give their everything to win this game. Their only problem has been like they do consider ton of goals. Like there's a record, something like in the home games, they have considered around 22 goals in the last 5 or 6 home games. That is a terrible record, yeah. So that is something they need to take care of. And from this fixture, if I've got someone like, let's say, Leaf Davis or maybe Delap, you definitely play them. This is the fixture, right? You always waited for your Ipswich Town assets, so this is a good fixture for them. You could play them. I think Ipswich are good at home and they may keep a clean sheet. I feel. Southampton need to go for it. Just go for it. That could leave spaces for them for Ipswich Town to exploit. So I'm going for a 2-0, 2-0 or 2-1 win to Ipswich. Yeah. Next up is Newcastle versus Fulham. Newcastle were on a dream run until the last game week, where until the last game week, sorry, where Bournemouth literally thrashed them, and they're clueless. They like the Bournemouth came and just silenced St James Park. So that was unbelievable. And Isak, talking about Isak, like the man's on a different level at the moment. He just keeps scoring, and his XG is massive. I mean, all the active managers own him. Otherwise, he is almost a rank killer every game. So he's currently on 17 goals, I think. Yeah, 17 goals, only behind Salah and Haaland in the Golden Boot race. Um, Since the fixtures at SJP, I think it's really tough to beat Newcastle. From a field standpoint, if you have got your Newcastle assets, let's say someone like Gordon or Hall, you of course start them. It's a home game. Definitely start them, but the fixtures do turn for bad. After this, they face Man City away, Nottingham Forest home, Liverpool away, like literally the three top defenses. So their fixtures do turn, of course, and they could likely blank in game of 29. So that's I think the assets are soon going to sell. I mean, even Isak could be a sell despite the form he's in. Someone like Watkins, like yesterday, John Duran joined Al Nassr, so Watkins minutes could be secured now, and Villa's fixtures are like from an attacking standpoint, I like Watkins a lot, so he could be an alternate for Isak soon. And I think after this game week, you need to sell other assets like the defensive Newcastle's defensive assets need to be sold. Like the fixtures are not good for clean sheets. I feel someone like Gordon, you could keep Gordon if there's no other fires to put out in your team, but he could be effective on counters against, especially against City and Liverpool. Yeah, but I think there are better alternatives. And for Fulham, I think Fulham will really struggle in this game, given Newcastle the impressive home run. I think Fulham will struggle in this game, and their popular asset is Robinson, like who has just been too good this season with 9 assists. That's literally 4 or 5 assists more than the second best defender, I think, with the most number of assists. Their fixtures are also a bit mixed. Although the next two are at home and the fixture after that is versus Wolves, so he could be a hold. Yeah, his could be a hold. Like yeah, and yeah, for this fixture, I think Newcastle keep a clean sheet and win it somewhat comfortably, maybe a 2-0. Yeah, something of that sort. Next up is Wolves versus Aston Villa. Uh, to be honest, like it's not looking good for Wolves at the moment. The new manager bounce was short-lived, and they have been really struggling since then. The fixtures for Wolves, the fixtures for Wolves, you have to say like they have been difficult. So it was really tough to get the wins there. And the upcoming fixtures on the short term, they are quite bad, but from game week 28 it changes. You could maybe look at someone like Cunha from game week 27, let's say. Cunha could be an option. And talking about Villa, like their defense is literally on thin ice at the moment. Tyrone Mings was injured last game. Like it's really unfortunate for him. He's a good defender, but injuries have just blown him away. And recently in the UCL match versus Celtic, I think Cash also got injured, although I'm not sure about the extent or the degree of the injury, but he, I think, could be a concern. And yeah, literally, they don't have a central defender other than Konsa at the moment. So that is a cause of concern for them. Someone like Cunha could, um, with his game sense and intelligence, could really exploit that backline for a Villa. Uh, and Rogers and Watkins are a definite hold. If you have got them, just keep them and play them. Maybe even against Chelsea, they could do well. Rogers is back of a excellent hat trick versus Celtic, so he should be high on confidence. And the next two fixtures are really, really good from an attacking standpoint. Villa could easily score like 4 or 5 goals in those two games. Um, and Watkins could be an Isak replacement start. Maybe not from this game week, starting from next game week, maybe. I think I will go for a 2-1 Villa win, maybe. I don't think they keep a clean sheet, but yes, their attack should be enough goals to contain maybe 2-1 or 3-1. I think Villa win it. And the next game is Brentford versus Spurs. Probably one of the games I'm looking to for the weekend. Uh, Brentford, like Brentford at home, everyone knows what they are at home. Like they can't give a clean sheet there. They literally score and just score. They're, I think they're on 29 goals uh, for goals scored at home this season and the top, I think, for that metric. So that's a great stat. And Spurs, on the other hand, like they are literally struggling. And Postecoglou has been unlucky with injuries, but they literally need a win. Otherwise, Ange could be gone soon. Who knows? Um, Brentford away is a really difficult game for them. Although Van de Ven is due back soon, maybe in a week or two, so that should be a boost for them. And I think Romero is also close by, so those two need to return to soon to salvage something for Spurs. And they not just defense, their midfield and attack, they're all filled with injuries. So yeah, it's not looking good for them. And for FPL, if you have not gotten any Brentford asset, be it MOM or Visa, I think you should really, really prioritize them, especially even over Everton, who have a double game week. You should prioritize these two or at least one of them over anyone. I feel this game week. It's going to be a high scoring encounter, I feel, and you really need to have a Brentford asset. Like also their fixtures are turning, so you literally need to bring them. Mbuemo especially, I prefer Mbuemo, but Visa is also close. Like you need to have both. I'm planning to have both, so yeah. And as far as score predictions, I feel it will be high scoring. Um, Brentford are also not defensively quite good. They continue to leak goals despite at home. So I think I'll go for a somewhat like 4-2 or 3-2 win for Brentford. Yeah. Next up is Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Manchester United have their own struggles this season. Like they have got 2 wins in the last 3 games, but they have been not so convincing is though in those wins. Amorim, I feel, is still far off, like getting the best out of the players, but yeah, they still have a lot to improve. I feel everyone basically needs to step up for them. You can't just rely on maybe someone like Ahmad or Bruno to get you up every game and get you results. Everyone needs to step up. Even Onana has been making quite a few bit of errors recently. Although his shot stopping has been good. Yeah. And for Crystal Palace, I feel, as I said before about Mateta, he's a good hold, but not in a buy or sell territory, I would say. But um, Crystal Palace have been clicking, like they have been winning games, grinding out results. So that should be a good sign. And actually, when Mateta is a better hold, I would say, not just good hold, is a little better than good hold, I would say. And if you have got someone like Munoz, who's quite popular, like he did return, right? He did return for the fixtures. He was meant to return, so that's good. And I think he's a fine hold. Like every game, you feel like he'll score or assist somehow. But anyhow, that mega haul hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully soon for the owners. Yeah. And if you have got like someone like Ahmad or Bruno, I feel in case you have not got any Brentford assets like Mbuemo, you need to sell those for Mbuemo. Like Mbuemo is close to a must-have, I would say, starting from this game week. Even Bournemouth, the Bournemouth fixtures are pretty good from next week. You could even look at their assets like Semenyo, Kluivert, or Outara. So yeah, quite a few bit of transfers to make during this period. Yeah, on top of that, the NG has been a headache and a talk of debate in the community, I would say, recently. And yeah, going with back to the fixture, I feel this will be a quite a what you call with a conservative game. I feel both team will be a bit conservative. I feel they would sit back, just defend, and wait for any moment of magic or spark to score. I think it will be a tight game, very tight game. I think as usually is for any Crystal Palace game. So I think it's somewhat will be like 1-1 or nil-nil. Yeah, that should be a result, I think. Next up, we have the game of the weekend, Arsenal versus City. Like as far as City go, they have been unlucky to lose Rodri at the start of the season, but recent the recent form has been quite decent. Of course, they have the good fixtures, and of course, fixtures do breed form. So I think they are getting back to their best slowly with the addition of Marmos, Kusanov, and all these guys. I think they're really turning up bit by bit. There is yesterday's victory versus Club Brugge, so the fighting spirit, like they were trailing 1-0 at halftime, and the comeback they did, that was really good. And the one thing is that their fixtures aren't that good now. So until game week maybe 28 or 29, their fixtures are a bit messy, I would say. Maybe they could score, of course they could score, but from defensive standpoint, I think their assets are a sell. Even Guardiola, what a form this man has been. Like I think he has scored around 50-55 points in the last 5 games, which is just tremendous. Very soon, like after I think game week 30 or 29 or 30, we're going to look at City assets, I feel. So someone like Haaland or Foden might come to our team soon, and we need to plan the budget for that, how to accommodate all these Salah and Palmer. So that's going to be tricky. Like the season end is going to be crazy and tricky, I feel, with all the double game weeks, blank game weeks, and the AM chip, the budget management, all this is going to cause chaos, definitely. From Arsenal, I feel like their attack has been toothless. Even before Saka got injured, 1 or 2 games they literally didn't create anything from open play. So since Saka got injured, their attack has been quite a bit worse, I would say. Like they haven't been scoring that many goals like against teams. Maybe that one game where Jesus got the 2 goals and assist versus Crystal Palace. That was their best goal scoring game in recent times, I think. And their assets from a defense, you could hold Gabriel and Saliba. Like they're still are posting some really nice XGC numbers. You could see those. Those are really top tier numbers. And their fixtures after the City game, those are really good. Maybe around 27 to 29, they do turn up a little bit sore, but someone like Gabriel or Saliba definitely hold that goal scoring threat. So just play them and just hope for the best. Someone like Raya, he could be a sale, I feel. I mean, the fixtures are good, but someone like Pickford was a double or Kepa, those could be better options. But if we have got no priorities transfers at the moment, then you could maybe sell him or else he's a fine hold. And to predict this game, I think it will be another draw between the two sides. Earlier it was 2-2. This time I feel it's going to be a nil-nil or 1-1 sort of game, I feel. Like Arsenal's defense versus City's attacks will be the highlight, I feel. Chelsea versus West Ham is the next game. Chelsea has been unconvincing of late, I'd say. Like Sanchez has been too poor in recent games. Like I think there was a stat where he has somewhat like 5 or 6 errors leading to goals, which is like the top among all in the Premier League or top 5 leagues, something of that sort. That is really concerning for Chelsea. But the manager like Maresca is backing him, so see what happens. And from forward, like Nico Jackson continues to be quite bad at finishing. Like the amount of chances he gets in each game, like if there was a better finisher, you could almost see a double-digit return every game week. So yeah, so that's all down to his bad finishing. His hold-up play and the rest of the play have been good though. And his fixtures from game week 27, especially game week 27 and 28, those are high scoring fixtures. So he could be a buy around that time, although in game week 29, they do face Arsenal and next of the fixtures are okay actually from an attacking standpoint. He could be a buy in game week 27. But for now, if you have got him, you may keep him. But you can also sell him for someone like Visa. Definitely in a heartbeat, sell him for Visa. Mm, and for West Ham assets, Fabianski was benched last game week, so managers holding him, it's a cause of concern for them. But not that, not up to that extent that they need to make a transfer. Probably he was the second choice goalkeeper for every manager anyway. So, but I think the manager said that he will rotate the keepers. He's not afraid to rotate. So that is a cause of concern again. Um, and West Ham assets, I think until Bowen is back, I don't think their assets are worth investing. Their fixtures are okay, and once Bowen is back, maybe he could be an option going into the tail end of the season. And for this fixture, I think Chelsea win it comfortably. And Palmer, I means if you want to bet against Salah, who has got two really difficult fixtures, then I like Palmer a lot for this fixture. Like he could genuinely return a double digit like that. I predict a 3-0 or 2-0, 3-0 win for Chelsea. Next up is the last match of the game week, and It's a Merseyside derby. Everton at home is quite tricky to play against. Like they don't give up much chances. Their XGC remains low, and Pickford's rack up those saves. And but Liverpool could do well. I feel this is the better fixtures than Bournemouth, so Liverpool could do well in this fixture. I predict a 2-1, maybe 2-1 win for Liverpool here. And now the fixtures are done. I wanted to talk a bit about the AM chip. If you look, we have got the we have got few points for the past two game weeks or one game week, I think. So Moyes leads it currently, and he might be quite popular among those using the M chip this game week. It's either him or Slot, I think. So if you plan to use it on Moyes, I think game week 24 and 20, sorry, 25 and 26 are a tricky fixture. And I think they don't have the table bonus for that as well. So yeah, if you need to maybe shift to someone like Iraola or Arteta who have got really good fixtures in game week 25 and 26 where they could score ton of goals and of course win the match. So yeah, there one transfer will take up your one transfer will be taken up by the manager's slot. And if you have got two Liverpool, then slot is not a bad option. Although the fixtures are difficult and I don't think Liverpool score many goals, that's a downside actually. But you could go for slot. He has got Wolves in game week 25, and after that maybe you could look to sell, but again that will be a manager transfer, so you want to save the transfer, right? So that's a cause of concern in using the aim chip. But if you plan to keep it till let's say game week 36, and which is expected to be a double, you could use it there. Like the mid-table teams would be on the beach, and the teams at the bottom would be really stepping up most of the times to avoid relegation. So that could be a really good time to use it. Of course, you need to check for the table bonus to really go for that. So that could be a good time, I feel. Like last year, Glasner was an excellent example. He literally just scored against whoever he wanted, like thumping past 3, 4 goals. So that was a really good time for Glasner. Another game week is game week 33, where a double is expected to be placed. So I could look at someone like maybe Pep. I think their fixtures are good during game week 31 to 33. Like they play Leicester, Man United, and Palace. Maybe you could look at them. Of course, sorry, you can start from 31 to 33 since 33 is expected to be their double. So that could be an option. Those are the three windows basically for using the AM chip. Game week 24, somewhere around game week 33, and in game week 35 or 36 is what I feel. And for triple captaincy also, the windows are limited. If you have used it, well and good, you could like wait for using the AM chip in a better opportunity maybe. But if you have not used it like me, so it's a bit of concern like whether we should use it now or wait for a better opportunity. How can we place all the chips without double gaming? So that is a cause of something to worry about. Um, not a highest priority thing, but something to look. And yeah, so that was about the TC and AM. Mm, And next, let's see what I'm gonna do this week, and after that, we'll look at the fantasy challenge team. For this week, I'm not sure actually whether I've got, for instance, I've got two free transfers and zero point 0.4 in the bank. So I could look at selling sales for someone like Pickford who has got a gaming game in Game Week 29 versus West Ham, and so does sales actually against Ipswich. I think it's an away game in Game Week 29. Yeah. So I could look to sell sales. I don't think they keep clean sheet in any of those. So could look to move on him to Pickford. The other option I'm looking at is selling Ahmad to Clivert maybe. I know it's a game early, but I think I'll be sort of my calculated moves of bringing in Visa for Wood. If I don't do it this game week, I feel if I bring in Clivert, yeah, I have zero point 0.7 in the bank. Okay. And I plan to bring in Kirkes actually in place of Lewis, who has totally lost his place. So I plan to bring in Kirkes maybe from next game week, where I'll have triple Bournemouth, Semenyo, Kluivert, and Kirkes. And the budget is zero point 0.3 remaining. So I think Kluivert is due to rise tonight. So it's going to be tricky if I don't make a move maybe by Saturday. So that's something Wissa may rise again. So it's quite tight on budget. Maybe I could look at Pickford. So yeah. Mm, But I think I'll prioritize Wood to Wissa for this game week. Although Wood has got a home fixture, I feel the ceiling with Wissa is a bit higher against the Spurs backline and also the home fixture for Brentford. I feel the ceiling is quite high for Visa for this game week, and a double up is always nice, right? You always get a share of the goals for the fixture run that Brentford have got. Although it's not a priority transfer, but I could do it. And also, I need to decide whether to start Semenyo or Ahmad. Like the Brown Bournemouth are really good against teams that don't sit back. So Semenyo could do really good against Trent. So currently I'm leaning towards him. Mm, And I expect the Palace United game to be a close affair as well. Someone like low scoring affair. So on that basis, I'm benching Ahmad at the moment. Mm, Let's see how that pans out. And sales is a cause of concern actually. Whether I should do a -4 for him to get Pickford if I'm out of budget or something like of that sort that I need to decide. Yeah, that was pretty much my team. And let's look at the fantasy challenge team for this game week. So here we have got the fantasy challenge. You can play an okay. Here also we can play an assistant manager. Let's look at the fixtures and let's try building a team. I think I'll start with Brentford versus Spurs. I think that game is going to be high scoring, and Mbuemo and Visa are straight in my fantasy challenge team. And of course, Salah. Salah will be there, captain. Okay. And yeah, Palmer is definitely in. So I've got the midfield sort. Let's see if I need to switch formations. Any other good fixture? Okay, for the goalkeeper, I think I'll go for Pickford. He's got the double. Um, should I go for Jackson? Like, he should get few good chances. even more good chances, I'll say. Shall I go for him or Injay? Injay has 2 games to get a return. That's a tough call. I think I'll go for the doubler only. Let's go for Iliman Injay. And any other good fixture? Ipswich is a good one. I could go for Delap or someone like Davies even. I could go for Isak, who simply cannot stop scoring at the moment. Um, or Nico Jackson. It's a tough call actually. Or even Watkins. I like his fixture a lot too. Hmm, I think I'm going to go with Nico Jackson. I feel this is a good game. He will get a ton of chances. Doesn't matter if he gets 5 and at least converts one, so that should be okay at least for a 6 pointer. So yeah, that's the forward and midfield sorted. Of course, assistant manager is going to be slot. Here we don't have the restrictions that we need to have maximum 3 player, 3 assets from a team. So here we could have more Liverpool. And in the defense, yeah, I'm going for a Trent straight away. Should I double up with Van Dijk? I mean, from a defensive standpoint, the fixtures aren't that bad, especially the Everton one. They could keep a clean sheet in that and maybe wish for an attacking return or so versus Bournemouth. That could be an option. Chelsea, West Ham, I don't trust either defenses. Arsenal City, I'm not touching that fixture. United, Palace could be like expected to be low scoring, so maybe I could look at someone like Dallo or Martinez, but I don't think I'll go there. For Aston Villa, also, I won't touch a defender. For Newcastle, Fulham also, I don't think they either of the team can. Newcastle can keep a clean sheet, but I won't risk it. Fulham have the ability to score. Ipswich, Southampton, I could go for Davies here. Like I think Southampton will have to go for it. They have no choice. I think they could really leave space for Davies to exploit. He's really attacking, so maybe I take a punt on him. Davies. Hmm. Another fixture. Nottingham Forest could keep a clean sheet actually. Brighton's attack isn't that impressive, so they could clean. Or whether I should go for an Everton defender. Like the ceiling should be around, I think, 3 points, assuming they concede twice to Liverpool. 3 points is pretty good for a defender. Um, as a ceiling, of course. Mm, as a floor, sorry, as a floor. I could go for Mikolenko, but I don't think they do keep a clean sheet versus Leicester. Should I go for? Actually, let's take a chance on the double. Doubles are there for a reason. Let me go Tarkovsky actually. Like he has those goal scoring opportunities at times. He could get a goal anywhere in the corner from the corners. So let's go with Tarkovsky. So this is my team at the moment, and my cap will be of course Salah. Let's save this team. Yeah. So that's done for the fantasy challenge. I think we're good to go. So hopefully we all get a green arrow. Thanks for tuning in and see you next week.